Russia-Ukraine news. Russian troops allegedly abandoned dead comrades on the battlefield so as to avoid sending money home. Russian troops in Ukraine claim the Ukrainian Defense Ministry dumps the bodies of fallen soldiers to avoid paying out funeral costs. Sever. Really, a service of Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, conducted an interview with Mikhail Cherkasov's mother. After spending over 3 months in Ukraine, his mother learned from his comrades that her son had been killed near Bakhmut on June 19. Russian military families that have lost a loved one in the conflict will get 5 million rubles, $55,600, each, according a directive issued by President Vladimir Putin on January 3. Injured or traumatized service members will receive $33,300, or 3 million rubles, beginning in March 2022. Cherkasov's fellow soldiers, however, told his mother, Polina Cherkasova, that the Russian military ministry had abandoned his body on the battlefield because it was not profitable to send him home. She pleaded with the media, "Bring me the body, I don't ask for anything else." However, the platoon leader said, "I understand your pain, and I sympathize with you, but I will not order my men to retrieve the body while hostilities persist." As the commander continued, according to Cherkasova, he asked, "Do you know how many dead bodies there are? What's happening here is very bad. 20 bodies were laying around as we arrived at our mission destination." Soldiers informed her that her kid had been killed after a drone attack blasted off both of his legs. Mishka was given aid, including tourniquets, but he ultimately passed away. She claimed, "At first I didn't believe them, but then they sent me money using his payment card, and I knew it was true." She tried to gather information on her son from the local military, but they didn't know anything about him. There were no reports of him being deceased or missing. "Although I know quite well, in my heart I hope that he is still alive. After all this time, he should have called me by now. He contacted me from the guy's phone out front, but he said he'd buy his own so he could keep in touch daily," Cherkasova said. As part of a March story titled, "We Didn't Expect This," published by Russia's state-run news agency RIA Novosti, the outlet spoke with wounded service members who had not yet received the compensation promised by their president. Putin made these remarks a week into the battle, saying, "Our duty is to support the families of our fallen and injured war comrades." According to a report by RIA Novosti, a Russian human rights activist received complaints from Russian servicemen. One was cited as stating, "We've been taken advantage of." According to the story, Russian soldiers are urging authorities to address the issue, before it becomes widespread. A Russian military unit serving in Ukraine has published a video complaining to President Vladimir Putin about their treatment during the conflict's 17 months. In a subsequent video, however, the troops recanted, claiming their first allegations were unfounded and the result of mental fatigue. Both videos, which Newsweek was unable to independently verify, were posted on Twitter on Wednesday by the independent media group War Translated. In the first video, one of the soldiers reads some notes to Putin. He claimed they were Russian soldiers from the Udmurtia region who had been called into service. The majority of the unit has been serving in Ukraine since December with no leave time, he said, which was just one of his many gripes. He further claimed that they had not received enough food, water, or clothing, and that they had not been paid the agreed-upon amount for their services. "The command makes us spend our own money on gear," he continued, as translated by War Translated. "Any packages sent to me by family members either get lost or are open,"